Hey everybody, it's time for Game 75 of the Atlanta Braves History Maker Baseball replay. I am in the great outdoors again at the local park on my day off that I took for a beautiful day. It is in the low 70s and low humidity, and I'm under a shelter, so I've got plenty of shade. But the only problem I had when I tried to record a few minutes ago is the wind gust came up and started blowing the cards. So I'm hoping that's not going to happen this time. We'll give it a round two go and see what we can make happen here. And the last game, this is the second game of the series. The first game of the series, Atlanta broke a pretty decently long losing streak. Let's see here. They had, going into yesterday's game, a 4-game losing streak, but they were able to break that. And Zane Smith went 7 solid, actually 8 solid, and got the win, pitched 8 innings, gave up just 2 runs, and Jim Acker was able to close it out in the 9th to get the save. They won 3-2, thanks to a Ken Griffey 2-run double in the top of the 8th. So now we're ready to go here in Game 75. I've done all the pregame checks ahead of time, and both teams are semi-harmonious. The only perk that came up out of that semi-harmony was that reserve catcher Bob Brenly for the Giants is going to be a hero this game. So it's a 1-game perk only on a minor perk. And when the Braves had their semi-harmonious roll, it was a 6, so it was a non-issue. So we are ready to go with those festivities out of the way. We'll go to the starting lineups. As you can see, the starting pitchers, Mike Krukow for the Giants and Doyle Alexander for the Braves. We'll run through the starting lineups as I have them on the score sheet. Be easier than flipping through the cards. If I can get it in the camera here. Deion James will lead things off in center field. Rafael Ramirez is the shortstop batting second. Gerald Perry hits third and plays first base. Dale Murphy bats cleanup in right field. Ken Griffey bats fifth in left field. Greg Nettles bats 6th at third base. Bruce Benedict's the catcher, hitting 7th. Glenn Hubbard, the batter, second baseman, hitting 8th. And Doyle Alexander, the pitcher, batting 9th. And I've denoted from the previous game, Deion James is the hot batter, and Dale Murphy is the cold batter. All right, for the Giants, leading off will be Eddie Milner in center field. Mike Aldrete will bat second in right field. Jeffrey Leonard will bat left and play third base. Will Clark is at first base, hitting cleanup. Chris Brown is at third base, hitting 5th. Chris Spire is the second baseman, hitting 6th. Bob Melvin will catch and bat 7th. Matt Williams will bat 8th and play short. And Mike Krukow is the pitcher. And from the previous game, Chris Brown is the designated hot batter. Bob Melvin's the designated cold batter. And the only thing I've got in here, everybody's neutral for the Giants defensively, except Chris Brown's a semi-iron, and Bob Melvin is gold. And for the Braves, everybody's neutral except Ramirez is iron, and Dale Murphy is semi-gold. All right, the last check is the umpires, and we'll go through the umpiring crew. At home plate is the big guy, John McSherry. He will be calling the balls and strikes. Frank Pulley will be at first base. Patrolling second base is Fred Brocklander, and at third base is Bill Williams. So now we are ready to go, and I'm going to pick a little spot here to roll the dice on, and we are ready to go with Game 75. And after this game is over, I'm not sure if it's on this video or I do a second ancillary video, I will go through the overall stats for the Braves after 75 games, so you can see how the game engine has done through just a little bit over, or just a little bit under halfway through the season. So we're going to lead things off with Deion James. He is the designated hot batter in this game. He's going to face Mike Krukow, and we're underway, and it's a 1-2-5. So we go to the playbook, 1-2-5. 1-2-5 asks, is he a struggler? No, he's not. Is the batter patient? Deion James is not patient, so he will ground to third because he's not a whiffer. So Deion James starts out with a ground ball to Chris Brown at third, and we are underway with 1 out. That'll bring up Rafael Ramirez, shortstop, and we got a 1-3-5. That's the unusual results chart. A blue 1 means the umpires. So second play of the game, second batter of the game. The umpires are being called into question, and we'll see what they have to say on the umpire chart. It's a 3-5 with a runner with the bases empty. 3-5 says lenient umpire at second. The umpire at second, Fred Brocklander, is in fact lenient, so he does pass that test. So we go back to the result. 3-5, lenient umpire at second. Yes, he is. Batter slides into second base with a double, ruled safe. Other batters ruled out. So Ramirez got a base hit, and he decided to stretch it to a double. And it was a close play at second, but since Brocklander was lenient, he let him get away with being safe. Other umpires would have called him out. So Rafael Ramirez, a one-out double, as the Braves try to get something going here in the top of the first. That'll bring up the first baseman, Perry. And we get a 1-2-3, and that's a flash and fresh check. Krukow is not flash, he's semi-flash. Decider die says no. So since he's not flash, the 1-2-3 is a ground ball to short. And with the runner at second, he will have to hold. And there's quickly 2 away. And Perry unable to move the runner up, so it's up to Dale Murphy to do it. He's a designated cold batter. He's been in a slump as of late. Good time for him to try to break out of that. 2-3-6. Let's see if he can do it. 2-3-6. Double control, no. Pitcher batting, nope. We got a walk. So Dale Murphy will walk, and that puts 2 runners on. 2 runners on, 2 outs for the recently hot Ken Griffey. He's the one that's been carrying the team here. Even though they've been losing, he's been there pretty much their whole offense. So he's going to try to give it a go again. 2-5-6. 2-5-6. Is he a struggler? No, he's not a struggler. Is the batter champion or patient? Ken Griffey does not have either one of those qualities. So we will move to infield drama. So our first infield drama of the game. And in the infield for the Giants, Chris Brown's semi-iron. Everybody else is neutral. So he will be iron if it comes up. 3-5 on infield drama. 3-5 on the infield drama. Says third baseman iron. And you know what? He is iron. So since he's iron, not able to make routine play, ball rolls past him for single to left field. And on a lead die of 3, that's going to be a 2-base advancement. So Ramirez will score as that single got by Chris Brown. So Griffey with another RBI to add to his totals. Murphy will move to third. Runners are at the corners with 2 outs. And that result was in purple, so we're going to the chemistry chart. And the chemistry chart, both teams are semi-harmonious. So we'll see if the decider die says they are harmonious, and they are. Both teams are in perfect harmony. 1-3 on the harmonious chart. Pitching team harmony. Yes, they are. Infielder makes diving stab of hot liners. So we'll just say it went to second base and Chris Spire dove for it and got it to end the inning. But the Braves do pick up a run thanks to the Griffey single. And after half an inning, it's the Braves 1 and the Giants coming to bat. Okay, bottom of the first, Doyle Alexander getting his warm-up tosses in. His qualities, he's semi-flash with control. And leading things off will be Eddie Milner. He's semi-utility and nothing else. And we get a 4-4-5, so we'll check 4-4-5 to see what happens. 4-4-5, is he a workman? No, he's not. Is he patient? Milner is not patient. So he will ground out to first, and Perry will take it to the bag himself. Quickly 1 away. Leadoff man retired, and that'll bring up Mike Aldretti, or as Chris Berman used to call him, Mike Enough Aldretti. 1-3-6 asks if he's an ace, which he is not. Is Aldretti a whiffer or cold? He is neither. So we've got infield drama again. So infield drama, and for the Braves, Ramirez is iron, so we don't need the decider die. 3-4 for infield drama. Third baseman gold. No, he's not. Diving stop if he was for a grounder. Otherwise, it's a base hit. So it's a base hit with a lead die of 3, but nobody's on base, so it doesn't matter. So it is a single for Aldretti. Okay, Jeffrey Leonard steps to the plate with a runner on first. 3-4-4. 3-4-4. Is the pitcher a prospect? No, Alexander's an icon. Is the batter Leonard patient? No, he's actually eager, so he will pop it up to second base. And that's out number 2. As Leonard goes by the wayside, that'll bring up Will the Thrill Clark. And rumor had it that on his answer machine, when people called up to his house and he was away, that he would play the music "The Thrill Is Gone" to say that Will the Thrill Clark was no longer at home. Don't know if that's true or not. That's something I heard. All right, 355. 355, is he a struggler? No, he's not. Is Will Clark a champion? He is a semi-champion, is Will Clark. Decider Die, though, says no, he's not a champion this at bat. So instead, he's going to ground out to second unless he's a whiffer. There's a little thumb there. It says if he's a whiffer, he strikes out. Well, Will Clark is a semi-whiffer, so we're going to have to roll the decider die to see if he's a whiffer. And he is, so Will Clark will go down on strikes thanks to the decider die. And that's the final out of the inning. So it was just semantics. It was either going to be a ground out or a strikeout, and we had to figure out which one. It ended up being a strikeout, and that's the end of the first. Nothing doing for the Giants. We completed 1 here at Candlestick. It's San Francisco 1 and the Braves. I'm sorry, it's Braves 1, San Francisco nothing. All right, Bruce Benedict will lead things off for the Braves here in the top of the second. It's a 1-2-6. That's a freshness check, and we're in the second inning, so he is fresh. It is a line out to the second baseman, Chris Spire, and there's one away. As Benedict is retired, brings up second baseman Glenn Hubbard. Hubbard, a 2-2-6. 2-2-6 asks, is he hit by the pitch? Decider Die says he's not. He's not the cleanup hitter, so he's going to fly out to left field because he's not a whiffer. So he will fly out to left for out number 2. And it brings up the pitcher spot, Doyle Alexander, and he has the normal hitter qualities of pitchers that you would expect. 3-6-6, 3-6-6, blank for the pitcher. Is he a pinch hitter? No, so he will fly out to center. And that's going to do it for the Braves. 1-2-3 here in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second, still 1-0, and Chris Brown will lead things off. For the Giants, it's a 2-3-3. 2-3-3 asks, is he an ace or a star? Alexander is neither. Is the batter a slugger? Chris Brown is a semi-home run king, but he is not a slugger. So he will fly out to center field. So there is one away. And that will bring up Chris Spire. Second baseman giving Robbie Thompson the day off. It's a 2-3-5. 2-3-5 asks, is he wild? No, he's not. Is Spire eager? No, he's not. So he will ground out to second unless he's patient, which he's not. So it's a simple ground ball to Hubbard for out number 2. And it brings up catcher Bob Melvin. And we get a 3-3-5. 3-3-5 asks, is he wild? No, he's not. Is he a sad sack? Bob Melvin is a semi-sad sack, but the decider die says no. So he will single to right field and a stolen base unless he's stoic, which he is stoic. So no stolen base, but it is a 2-out single for Bob Melvin. And that will bring up Matt Williams, the shortstop, with 2 outs and a runner at first. 2-3-6, 2-3-6, 2-3-6 asks, double control? No. Pitcher batting? No. So it's a walk. So Matt Williams draws a 2-out walk, puts runners at first and second, does clear the pitcher this time around. Although Krukow, let's see, he pretty much has the same qualities most pitchers have when they hit. It's a 2-2-3. 2-2-3, is he wild? No. Is it slugger or utility? Krukow, in his batting qualities, is utility, so he fit that bill. And if he's a slugger or utility, he will line out to short unless he's a whiffer. And so Krukow, being a whiffer, will override that with that thumb on there, and that will be a strikeout instead. So after 2 complete, score is Atlanta 1 and San Francisco nothing. Deion James to lead off the top of the third. We had a 2-3-5. 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Is the pitcher wild? No, Krukow is not wild. Is the batter eager? No, he's not eager, so he's going to ground out to second for out number 1. And a little bit of a breeze is starting to blow. I'm hoping it's not enough to cause any damage to the cards where they would start blowing away, but we will find out. Hopefully not with this under the shelter. Hopefully it's blocking a little bit of the wind. We'll find out. 114 asks for Ramirez. 114 asks, is he fresh? Yes, he is. It's a ground ball to short. So Ramirez is out of there. 2 down for the first baseman, Perry. And we get a 1-3-5, which is the unusual play again with a black 1. That's the ballpark configuration. Ballpark check, micro chart. And Candlestick plays semi-small to both lefties and righties. So semi-small park. And it is a small park. 3-6. 3-6 is big ball park. Bloop double to right field for gap. Otherwise, running grab of an out. So the fact that it was small meant that the right fielder Aldretti didn't have to play very deep, and he was able to come in and catch that sinking liner to record the final out of the inning. Braves go down 1-2-3. We start the the bottom of the third with Eddie Milner. He will lead things off for the Giants as Krukow made the last out. And we get a 4-5-5. 4-5-5. Does the pitcher have flash? Doyle Alexander, again, has semi-flash. Desiredi says he has flash, so it is a strikeout, unless Milner has a good eye, which he does not. So Milner, down on strikes, brings up Aldretti. Aldretti, a 1-2-4. And a 1-2-4, does the pitcher have control? Yes, he does. That's the other quality of Alexander, is control. So the control pitcher gets Aldretti to ground to short for out number 2. Control is probably the best, in my opinion, in this game. Control, even above ace, I think control is the top quality to have in this game. It cuts off a lot of walks, and it gets you a lot of outs. 3-5-6, that's a lefty-righty check, and Leonard is a righty, Alexander's a righty, so therefore it is a strikeout. And the Giants go down quietly in the third, nothing doing. We go to the fourth here at Candlestick, and it's still 1-0 Braves. Dale Murphy will lead things off. He walked his first time up. 4-5-5. 4-5-5 does the pitcher have flash? Krukow has semi-flash on his card, but the Desiredi says no. So is he a home run king? That's the next step. So we take off the flash and we go to home run king. And of course, Dale Murphy is a home run king. So Murphy breaking out of his slump big time with a home run the opposite way. And that puts the Braves in the lead 2-0. 2-0 now for the Braves. So Murphy with that solo shot to lead off the fourth. And that'll bring up Griffey, who's been hot. 4-6-6. 4-6-6. Is the pitcher wild? No, he's got control. Is he a home run king or a slugger? Ken Griffey is a slugger, so he will strike out. So that time being a home run king or a slugger cost him. So having those qualities is not always beneficial. Here's Greg Nettles. 3-5-6. That's another lefty-righty check, but this time Nettles is a lefty, Krukow's a righty. So it's a potential base hit. You have to do one more check. Is he utility or sad sack? Nettles is a semi-sad sack. Desiredi says he's a sad sack, so therefore he will not get a hit. He will ground to short. And that cuts out the low average hitters, so you don't automatically get that lefty-righty base hit. All right, here's Bruce Benedict. 2 outs and the base is empty. Run already in. 2-2-3 for Krukow. 2-2-3. Is he wild? No. Is he slugger or utility? Benedict's none of those. So he will single to left field. He's certainly not active, so he won't steal, but he will get a base hit. 2-out single for Glenn Hubbard. So Hubbard's up to the plate. Last time he flew to left. 1-4-4 asks, does the pitcher have flash? And Krukow has semi-flash. Desiredi says he has flash. So therefore it's a strikeout because Hubbard does not have the good eye. The strikeout will stand. And that's going to be it for the Braves. But they do pick up a run on the Murphy homer. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. It's the Braves 2 and the Giants nothing. And Will the Thrill Clark will lead off in the bottom of the fourth. 1-5-5 for Will the Thrill. It is blank for the pitcher. It's asking, is he a home run king? Will Clark is a semi-home run king. Desiredi says he's a home run king. So Will Clark has just matched Dale Murphy home run for home run. and gets the Giants on the board, is now a 2-1 ball game. So the thrill is gone. The pitch thrown to the thrill is gone over the wall, and it's a 2-1 ball game. So now we got a 5-5-6 for Chris Brown. 5-5-6. Is he an ace? No. Is Chris Brown a sad sack? Chris Brown is not a sad sack, so he will double to right field. He's not active, so he won't steal, but that's 2 hard hit balls, a home run and a double. And Alexander, second time through the order, getting beat up a little bit here. Here's Chris Spire. 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Ask, is he wild? No. Is he eager? Chris Spire is not eager, so he will ground out to second. And that's going to move the runner to third. Ball hit to the right side. It's going to move the runner up. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 6th batter. All right, so 1 out, a runner at third. Here's Bob Melvin. The infield is playing in, trying to cut this tying run off if they can. It's a 2-3-5, and I think we just had that. 2-3-5. We know he's not wild. Is the batter eager? Bob Melvin does have the semi-eager quality, but the sire die says no, so he will not single through the shortstop. He will ground out to second. And on a lead die of 2 with the infield in and a runner at third, it says it has to hold. If it had been a 4, 5, or 6 lead die, he would have scored. But he'll have to hold, so it's a 4-3 ground out, and the runner had to hold. That'll bring up Matt Williams. Now, you do have the interesting option. You can intentionally walk Williams and pitch to Krukow, or you can take a chance that you're going to get Williams out. Williams did walk his first time up. They're going to go ahead and pitch to him. The strategy being there is if you get him out, then the pitcher has to lead off the 5th. So they're going to try it. They're going to take a chance and pitch to Matt Williams. And that might have been a problem. 2-2-2. 2-2-2. Is he a sad sack? Matt Williams is a semi-sad sack, but the sire die says no. So therefore, it's a double to center field. So Matt Williams on that double. So the strategy to pitch to the number 8 hitter backfires on Chuck Tanner. And the Giants have tied the ball game at 2 apiece. So now Krukow will bat with Williams at second. So 1-3-5, so we're to the unusual play again, and this time it's balks and bogeys because we have a red 1 and a black 5, so that's balks and bogeys. Could be anything out of this. 5-6 for the balks and bogeys. Towering drive down third baseline, hits foul pole. Questionable third base umpire doesn't see it, rules foul. Others correctly rule home run. The umpire at third is Bill Williams. He's semi-questionable, but the decider die says no. So even though it's the pitcher batting, there's no thing here that says a pitcher can't hit the home run on this. So that's going to be a home run. So the questionable umpire doesn't see it. So it did legitimately hit the foul pole. So it was a home run. The questionable umpire would have taken it away from Krukow, but Krukow got into one. Even though he's a scrapper, he still hit the home run based on the chart book. And the Giants have all of a sudden grabbed a 4-2 lead. And now you wonder if walking Matt Williams would have done any good now after all that. So here's Milner. Bases cleared, 2 outs. It's a 3-4-6 for Mr. Milner. 3-4-6 for Milner. Blank for the pitcher. Is he eager? Milner is not eager, so he will walk. An active runner steals, but the sire die says he's not active, so he will walk. And now 3 consecutive hits have turned Alexander into a semi-struggler. And we're going to the chemistry chart based on that last result. And Mike Aldretti will roll a 3-5 on the chemistry chart. 3-5. Pitching team dissonance. No, they're not dissonant. They are, in this case, harmonious. So it's going to be a ground ball to short. It's going to end the inning. But the Giants load up here in this 4th inning. They send 8 men to the plate. And they put up 4 runs. So after 4 complete, it's the Giants 4 and the Braves 2. All right, top of the fifth, and pitcher Doyle Alexander will lead things off. They're going to keep him in there. They need some. They don't want to burn their bullpen up. So it's a 3-4-5 for Doyle Alexander. 3-4-5. First of all, it's asking, is the catcher iron? No, he's not. Does he have a good eye? No, he doesn't. So he's going to strike out. So Doyle Alexander with the strikeout, and that results in blue. So now that we're in the fifth inning, that's going to make the pitcher, Mike Krukow, a hot pitcher. And Deion James is neutral because he just grounded out his last time up. So it's a hot pitcher against a neutral batter. And we get a 2-5. 2-5. 2-5 says hot batter. No, he's not a hot batter. So he lines one. Liner down the baseline, fielded by the first baseman for a line out. So Will Clark snatched it. And there's quickly 2 away. We'll bring up Rafael Ramirez, and the Braves still a little stunned by that Krukow home run. I think that's really got them off their game right now. 1-2-5 asks, is he a struggler? He is not. And then it asks, is the batter patient? No, he's actually eager. So he will ground out to third. He's not a whiffer, so the ground out to third is going to stick. And the Braves are gone here in the top of the fifth, 1-2-3. To the bottom of the fifth, it's the Giants 4, the Braves 2. And Jeffrey, Mr. One Flap Down Leonard, will lead things off. It's a 1-6-6. The ask, is Alexander a workman? He is not. Is Leonard a whiffer? He is not. So he'll ground to third for out number 1. And that's in red, so we will be going to the experience chart on this next at bat for Will Clark. Will Clark's a semi-prospect, and Alexander is an icon. So Alexander obviously getting the advantage supposedly here. We'll see what the roll says about it. Well, that's going to make Will Clark neutral now on that 3-3. So 3-3, prospect batter. No, he's not. It's a fence check. Since that desired die was not a dot, it's now a fence check. And on a fence check, Will Clark is a semi-home run king, and he's a slugger. So we'll see what happens here. See if we can get that home run king for him. We do. Oh, I rolled too many dice. Let me re-roll that because I rolled 2 dice instead of 1. I'm supposed to only roll 1. My bad. Let's try it again. Yep, he did it. A 5, home run king. He is a home run king, and a 5 says he blasted. Even if he was a slugger, he'd say he blasted. So either way, he's going to blast a home run. So Will Clark has just hit his 2nd home run in a row. And Doyle Alexander struck out Clark the first time he faced him, but Clark has taken him deep 2 times in a row now. And the Giants will grab a 5-2 lead. Here's Chris Brown. 1-1-2 for Chris Brown. Check on Alexander on a 1-1-2. Does he have flash? He's got semi-flash. Desired die says no. Is Chris Brown a sad sack? No, he's not. So we're going to go check with scorer. So this is either going to be a hit or an error based on what the scorer determines. Rolls a 2. So that means it's going to be a base hit off the infielder's glove. So Chris Brown got it by Ramirez for an infield single. And that'll bring up Chris Spire. And Alexander may not be around too much longer. 1-2-3, both flash and fresh. He is not. So that 1-2-3 is actually going to be a beneficial to him by not being flash and fresh. He's going to get a ground ball out of it, which will be a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. Just what Alexander needed to end the inning. But the Will Clark homer, 2nd of the game, puts the Giants up. And after 5 complete from Candlestick, it's San Fran 5 and Atlanta 2. All right, Gerald Perry will lead off the top of the 6th. It's a 2-4-6 against Krukow. This is Krukow's last inning to be semi-fresh. 2-4-6 asked, does he have control? Yes, he does. It's a ground ball back to the pitcher. So Perry, 0-for-3, not having much going on for him today. Here's Dale Murphy. Maybe he likes night games better than day games. 3-5-5 for the Murph. And the Murph on a 3-5-5 asks, is he a struggler? No. Is he a champion? Murph is not a champion. So he will ground out to 2nd unless he's a whiffer. He's a semi-whiffer, but the desired die says no. So simply a ground ball to Spire for out number 2. Brings up Ken Griffey. Ken Griffey, a 2-2-6. That's going to be a hit by the pitch because it says hit by pitch. Desired die says yes. So Krukow got one in there a little bit too close on Griffey and plunked him. So a hit by pitch with 2 outs and the bases empty, we'll bring up Graig Nettles. Graig Nettles is a semi-slugger, so if we can get into one, he can kind of close the gap here. And that's a 2-2-2, so that will help. 2-2-2. Is he a sad sack, though? That's the problem. He might be a slugger, but he's also a semi-sad sack. Desire says he's a sad sack, so that means it's a fly out to right field. So it would have been a double, but instead he flies to right, and the inning is over. So Krukow rolling along through 6 innings, only allowing 2 runs, and he's getting good run support. So here's Bob Melvin to lead off the bottom of the 6th. And we got a 2-2-4. 2-2-4, pitching at home. Nope, Doyle Alexander's on the road. Is the batter a slugger? No, he's a semi-home run king, but he's not a slugger. But he still will single to right field. So Melvin will single to right. And that's in blue, so we go to the right now chart. Matt Williams is going to be a hot batter, and Alexander would be a cold pitcher. However, Chuck Tanner has seen enough, and we're going to get a call to the bullpen. So Alexander will leave. His day is done, so that will override the micro chart of the right now, and we'll go back to the regular chart for this at bat with Matt Williams. And the new pitcher for the Braves will be Gene Garber. In fact, we're going to have a double switch because Nettles, who made the last out, was batting in the 6th position, and the pitcher would come up 3rd this inning. So we're going to have Ken Oberkfell. Ken Oberkfell is going to come in and play 3rd base and bat 9th. And Gene Garber is going to come in and pitch and hit in the number 6 position, formerly held by Graig Nettles. So the double switch is invoked, and that will allow Garber to pitch multiple innings without having to be pinch hit for. So Garber is an ace this at bat against Matt Williams. Runner at first, nobody out. And we get a 1-3-5 and go right back to balks and bogeys again. So that's going to probably negate the ace function. So balks and bogeys it is. And it's a 3-4 on the balks and bogeys. 3-4 balk. How about that? Balks and bogeys, that's what it's all about. 3-4 is a balk. So I think it's my first balk of the year. So runners advance. He'll still be a ace because he hasn't finished this at bat yet, but it is a balk on Garber. And now we'll go back to the regular bat for Matt Williams. And again, Garber still is the ace in this at bat. 4-6-6. 4-6-6 for Garber. 4-6-6. Is he wild? No, he's not. He's got semi-control. Is the batter a home run king or a slugger? Matt Williams is a semi-slugger. Desire says he's a slugger, so he will strike out. So it's a strikeout for Matt Williams. 1 away. All right, Krukow the batter after Williams has struck out. Last time Krukow had a home run off the balks and bogeys chart, so anything is liable to happen. We got a 2-3-4, and that's going to be plate drama because there are runners on base. So we will go to the plate drama micro chart. And Bruce Benedict is neutral as a catcher. 2-5. 2-5. Catcher gold. No, he's not gold. He's neutral. Catcher loses in the dirt. It's a pass ball. So it's a pass ball on Bruce Benedict. And now Melvin, who singled, has went to 2nd on a balk. Now he's gone to 3rd on a pass ball. And the infield will have to come in. Infield is in. And we get a 1-3-6 with the infield in. 1-3-6 asks, is he an ace? No. Is the batter whiffer or cold? Well, Krukow is a whiffer, so that is a strikeout. So Garber, through all this extracurricular activities of balks and pass balls, has struck out the 2 batters he's faced so far. And now there's 2 outs. Here's Eddie Milner. 2-2-6. He Desire is a blank, so he's not going to hit him. Is he cleanup batter? No, so he will fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. So Gene Garber gets out of the mess, and now we can close the book on Doyle Alexander. He went 5+ innings, gave up 9 hits, 5 runs, all earned. 2 home runs, both to Will Clark, walked 2, struck out 3, and his day is done. He's set to be saddled with the loss unless the Braves can rally. So now we start the top of the 7th, and Krukow is no longer fresh. He has lost that particular quality. But they're going to keep him in there because he's got a 5-2 lead and he's pitching well. So he's going to start off facing Bruce Benedict. That's a 3-5-6, which is a left-right check, and that is a strikeout. So if I total it correctly, I believe that's the third left-right check in this game. So it does come up more than you think sometimes. So Benedict, a strikeout victim, brings up Glenn Hubbard. And Hubbard, a 1-4-6 for Hubbard. And 1-4-6 asks, does he have flash? He's got semi-flash. Desire Die says he has flash, so it is a strikeout. So Krukow still going strong. And we would have the pitcher up, but a double switch. It's Ken Oberkfell getting his first at bat in the number 9 position. 1-2-3, both flash and fresh. Well, he's not fresh, but it's going to be a ground ball to short because that's the alternate. If you're not flash and fresh, then you get a ground ball to short. So Oberkfell, his first time up, will ground to short. And we've got the 7th inning stretch with the score San Francisco 5 and Atlanta 2. All right, bottom of the 7th, and Mike Aldretti steps to the plate. Gene Garber, 2nd inning of work, so he is now semi-fresh. So 1-3-4. 1-3-4 asks goal catcher, no he's not. Is the batter a champion? Mike Aldretti is a semi-champion. Desire Die says he's a champion, so he will bloop a single to left field. So that's a leadoff single for Aldretti. Brings up Jeffrey Leonard against Garber, and we get a 1-5-6. 1-5-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he a whiffer? No, he's not a whiffer. So we have outfield drama for the Braves, and in the outfield, everyone's neutral except Murphy is semi-gold. And Murphy will be gold this particular play if it comes to him. 3-5. Nope, it's left fielder gold. Left fielder is Griffey. He's not gold. So it's a looping fly ball that drops in the gap for a double. And on a lead die of 3, on a double, that will score Aldretti, I believe. Let me double check that. Runner advancement on a 3. Runner advances 2 bases, and my bad. So it only goes 2 bases. He does not score. He only goes 2. You have to have a lead die of 4, 5, or 6 to score. But either way, it is runners at second and third, and that result was in purple. So we will be going to the chemistry chart, which might be the only thing that slows down Will Clark. Both teams are semi-harmonious. Now they're both neutral. 3-6 on the chemistry chart. Batting team harmony. No, they're not harmony, so it's going to be a pop out to left field. Now the wording is kind of interesting. It's a pop out to left, but runner will score on sac fly unless he's stoic. Aldretti, if we look at Aldretti's card, he is not stoic, he's neutral. So even though the wording says pop out, it's going to be a sacrifice fly to left for Will Clark. And yet another RBI, as he has been just doing it to the Braves in this ball game. It's now 5-2, or sorry, 6-2, and Chris Brown is up with a runner at second and 1 out. 1-4-4, and that's going to call into question whether or not he has flash. Garber has semi-flash, but Desire Die says no, so he does not have flash. Is the batter a hero? No, he's not. So he's going to ground it to short. He is not a whiffer. So it's simply going to be a ground ball to short, which means that Leonard has to hold second base. 2 down for Chris Spire. And someone is, or the park guy is mowing the grass on the practice football field over there. That's the noise you're hearing. 1-4-5. 1-4-5, is he a struggler? No, so it's a ground ball to third. And that's going to end the inning. But the Giants pick up 1, and after 7 complete, it is 6-2. We're right back with a new Giants pitcher. All right, top of the 8th, and the new pitcher in for the Giants is Scott Garrelts. He's semi-star with flash. He is their closer. He's going to attempt to go 2 innings. It's not a safe situation, but he's one of the fresher relievers they have, so they're going to take advantage of it. To close the book on Krukow, 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Gave up the 1 home run to Murphy, walked 1, struck out 5. And as a side commentary on this right now, I know that myself and a few other people have been making some comments about how this game produces too many walks and so forth. But when you get good pitchers, that's not a problem, because in this game we've had 2 walks by Alexander and only 1 walk by Krukow through 7 innings. So now, granted, the previous games in the San Diego series, there were 14 walks between the 2 teams, but that's a lot of the product of that is the bad teams. So this game can produce walks or it can not, depending on what kind of quality of pitching you have and whether the batters are patient or eager or so forth. So with that out of the way, Garrelts is in. He's an ace this at bat. He'll be facing Dion James to start the top of the 8th. And we get a 2-2-5. 2-2-5. Oh, and there's the wind again. All right, now I got to pause the video because it's gust of wind has just come up very out of the blue here. And I'm trying to hold everything down and keep it from blowing away. Some stuff has already started to blow away. I want to put my clipboard up here because now we're getting a real strong breeze. This has just come out of nowhere. And that's why I didn't do this video live, because I thought something like this might happen. Alright, sorry about that, guys. That's one of the dangers of playing outdoors. You have to deal with the elements and talk about art imitating life. What was Candlestick Park known for but for gusty winds? So we're getting a little bit of that feel of old Candlestick right here in Virginia as we deal with a little bit of breeze. It seems to have subsided, so we'll see if we can't get the rest of this game in before it kicks up again. So here's Dion James to lead off against Garrelts. He is an ace this at bat. It's a 1-4-4. 1-4-4 asks, does he have flash? Yes, he does. Scott Garrelts, one of his qualities is that he has flash. So, but it is the goggles. So we're going to go to the goggles on the 1-4-4. It says, questioner or lenient umpire calls ball 4. Other umpires call strike 3. Well, McSherry is lenient. So since John McSherry is lenient, that will be a walk, not a strikeout. So borderline pitch, he rules in favor of Dion James. Garrelts not happy about it, but that's what you deal with the umpires. Maybe John McSherry, well, he's kind of big. I doubt he would have been blown very far, but maybe something happened. Maybe something blew in his eye and he missed it. Here's Ramirez, 1-2-2. 1-2-2 asks, is the pitcher a workman? No, he's not. Is the batter a champion or a whiffer? He is not, so it's a line out to third. And Ramirez is done. 1 away, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Perry. And he struggled. He's 0 for 3 in this game. That was against Krukow. See what he can do against Garrelts. 3-3-5 against Garrelts. 3-3-5 asks, is he wild? Garrelts is not wild. Is he a sad sack? No, Perry's not a sad sack, so he will single and steal second base. So the single will move James to third, and that will clear second base so that Perry can steal second base. So we got runners at second and third with 1 out for Dale Murphy, and this is the chance for the Braves to make hay right here with the heart of their order, Murphy and Griffey. All right, so after that stolen base by Perry, we got runners at second and third, 1 out for Dale Murphy. Big at bat right here, 3-4-6 for Murph. 3-4-6 blank for the pitcher. Is Murphy eager? He is not, so he will walk, and that will load the bases. So Murphy waited that one out. Bases are now loaded. That result was in purple, so we will be going to the chemistry chart for Ken Griffey. Bases loaded. He's the tying run at the plate, Ken Griffey. And both teams are semi-harmonious. And they're both going to be harmonious. 2-3. Pitching team harmony, yes. Marginal pitch catches corner 4 strikeout. So that time the decide or die cost the Braves again, as the marginal pitch by Garrelts caught the corner. 2 down. Had it not caught the corner, it would have been a walk to walk in a run. So cost him a run there, but now it's up to Greg Nettles. I'm sorry, we're at Garber, because Nettles was a double switch. So we're at the pitcher spot, Garber. So we're going to get a pinch hitter, and it's going to be Ted Simmons. So Ted Simmons will pinch hit for Garber here in the top of the 8th in a big spot with the bases loaded and 2 outs. So Ted Simmons, the pinch hitter. And Ted Simmons has no qualities on his card, but a lot of times that helps him out because he doesn't fall prey to being a whiffer or a sad sack or whatever you want to call it. So sometimes those blank qualities will help. So here's Simmons against Garrelts. It's a 3-5-5. 3-5-5 is the pitcher a struggler? No, he's not. Is the batter a champion? No, he's not. So he's going to ground out to second, and that's going to end the inning as the Braves leave them loaded here in the 8th and blow a golden opportunity. And Simmons fails in the pinch hitting role. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. We'll be back with a new pitcher for the Braves as the score still remains San Fran 6 and the Braves 2. Bottom of the 8th, new pitcher for the Braves, Jeff Dedmon. And speaking of having blank qualities, he has no qualities as a pitcher. He'll be facing the bottom of the order, which means Gurriel's going to be pinch hit for. He's going to hit third here, but he struggled that inning, so they're going to bring in someone else to close it out. But Melvin's going to lead off first. Dedmon will be an ace this first at bat, so he does have that one quality going for him with the first at bat. It's a 1-4-5. 1-4-5 is he a struggler? No, so it's a ground ball to third, and Melvin is out of there, one away. Brings up Matt Williams, shortstop. And Matt Williams, a 2-3-6 for Matt Williams. 2-3-6. Double control, no. Pitcher batting, no. So it's a walk. So Matt Williams draws a walk. And now we'll get a pinch hitter for Krukow. I'm sorry, for Gurriel, as his time in the batting order has come up. He will leave, and Mr. Chili Davis will be stepping to the plate to pinch hit for the Giants. So Chili Davis pinch hitting with Williams at first and one out against Dedmon. It's a 2-4-4. 2-4-4 asks, is he an ace? No, he's not. Is the batter a champion? No, he's not. It's a ground out to short unless he's a whiffer. Chili Davis is a semi-whiffer. Decider says he's a whiffer, so Chili Davis will strike out in his pinch hitting duties. So 2 away. Back to the top of the order for Eddie Milner. Milner, a 3-4-5. 3-4-5, iron catcher, no. Does he have a good eye? No, he does not, so he will strike out. And that will end the 8th inning with nothing for the Giants. That result was in blue, but it's going to be overridden by a pitching change, so that will override that right now result. We'll skip that and go to the regular chart. For the Giants, let's see who they're going to use as their guy to close things down. Looks like it's going to be Jeff Robinson. So Jeff Robinson will be coming in. Jeff Robinson, he's a star with flash. He'll be coming in, and Bruce Benedict's set to lead off for the Braves, but he won't hit. Ozzie Virgil is going to pick up a bat and hit for Bruce Benedict. So Ozzie Virgil, pinch hitter. See if he can get something started here in the 9th. Although really their best chance was in the 8th when they left the bases loaded. Robinson's a star in flash, and he's also an ace this first at bat. So Virgil fighting an uphill battle in this pinch hitting performance. 5-5-6. 5-5-6. Is he an ace? Yes, he is. It's the first at bat, so it's a line out to third. So otherwise, it would have been a double for Virgil, but he was facing an ace on that first at bat, and it's a line out to third, and Virgil is out of there. I'll bring up Glenn Hubbard and then a pinch hitter for, oh no, I'm sorry, then Oberkfell because he's batting 9th. So here's Hubbard, 2-4-6. 2-4-6. Does he have control? Jeff Robinson does not. Is the batter eager or a sad sack? He is neither. So Glenn Hubbard's going to walk. Puts a base runner on for Ken Oberkfell. Oberkfell trying to keep things going, get it back to the top of the order. 3-6-6. 3-6-6. He's not a pinch hitter, so it's going to fly out to center. So 2 down, and now it's up to Deion James to keep things going, or the game will be over, and the Braves' winning streak will end at 1. It is a 1-2-3, and we know what that is. That's flash and fresh. And Robinson is fresh. He is also flash, so that is a strikeout. And the ball game is over. The Giants won the game in real life. This is interesting. They won the game, and I'll do the totals here in a second, but the real life totals and the replay totals are eerily similar. So we're right back with the totals and wrap things up in game 75. And then after this is over, then I'll either attach it to this video or do a second video on the total stats for the Braves after 75 games, as this was game number 75. Be right back with the totals of this particular game in just a second. Okay, so the final score ends up being San Fran 6, Atlanta 2. And in the actual game, it was 5-2, so eerily similar there. Giants get an extra hit and an extra run. They had 5 runs, 10 hits. Here they have 6 runs, 11 hits. Braves had 2 runs, 7 hits in the real game. They get 2 runs, 5 hits in this game. And just for walk purposes, to check that statistic, the Braves pitchers on the day walked 3, struck out 7. Giants pitchers on the day walked 4, struck out 7. So a total of 7 walks and 14 strikeouts, which is about average. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously. Winning pitcher was Mike Krukow. The loser was Doyle Alexander. There was no save. So the Braves fall here in Game 75. And with that loss, they now drop to 33-42, 9 games under 500. So, not sure if I'm going to do it attached to this video or a separate video on its own, but look for, after this is posted, either at the end. You can check the length of the video and see if there's more time remaining. But if not, then it'll be a second video coming shortly. But I'm going to have the stats of the Atlanta Braves after 75 games, so you can see how they're doing compared to what you think they should be doing or what they did in real life. And we'll compare and see how this History Maker Baseball engine is doing. And so from today, here at windy San Fran, final score, San Fran 6, Atlanta 2. And until next time, so long everybody from Candlestick.